You know, you know. If you were growing up to this shit, you were lucky. We lucky. Look how smiley we are. We're so happy to be doing these battles. Because once again, listen, I stay on this hill and I'm down it. There ain't enough hip hop groups to talk about nowadays in today's climate. So I love talking about the hip hop group aesthetic that we grew up with. And here are two legendary groups dropping two legendary projects. Let's talk about it. Long Island, Brooklyn, let's get to it. Round number one, Eats, Beats, and Rhymes. Let's do this. Let's go ahead and talk about some music off the bat. You know how we do around here. I had a few different ways to think about approaching playing some of this music tonight. And I thought I would just keep it as simple as possible, just to keep it sort of fair, because I feel like there's a lot of finger pointing off screen behind the cameras and a lot of the comments in the chat rooms that I gerrymander around here, that I be, you know, setting up questions for certain kind of falls or certain kind of wins in a purposeful kind of way. Not at all. No, not at all. So I decided to go ahead and take round number one and put single number one against single number one from each album. So we're going to go ahead and talk about Leaders of the New School, Future Without a Past, and their debut single against FU-SCHNICKENS, FU Don't Take It Personal's debut single. And I'm going to turn things around this time and start backwards. Most of the time I start the other way around. We're going to go ahead and start with Ring the Alarm off the FU-SCHNICKENS debut project, Don't Take It Personal. Let's get into it. Sounds good? Yeah.
Ring the alarm, I don't wanna stay calm, yo, I'm about to rip this song. When the mic is grip, my lyrics will spill like bombs in Vietnam. Comedy with a sweet time, anybody need time, anybody around poor skin, tweak, lyrics me like long, whatever tongue, and rhymes me, I'm up, whatever they think. This lyrical prophet, you can't stop this. From the West Indies, you can tell them a lyrical prophet from the word spoken and broken up indies. Books disclose that I unfold the laws, I use this, make me bolder, intelligence and niceness. Some converts, it self becomes a someone, and I'm not trying to go on up, defining calypso. Yapping, I'm bucking, I cap the root, your thing, this natural fact, this lyrical mag, your own, and back for the red, the white, and also the black island, which is my land, my place of birth. Only can tell by the tongue that's strong in lyrical structure, enemy verse. So all MCs don't cross this border, cause by now, I don't know, I'm sorta liberty wise, but never despise all you that's out to order. Don't try to test and then money up this schnicking, cause I'm not doing it, lyrical box to beat and I'm the licking. Sing out! Ring the alarm, and now the sound is dying.
Ill sample.
Ring the alarm, and now the sound is dying. Ring the alarm.
It's only right you had to answer back, right? Ring the alarm. Just another case of that PTA.
Everybody trying to reach to the kids, the young generation. Yo, what's the deal, bro, Charlie? What's the deal, Charlie? I don't know what the deal is. You have to ask my father, then go dig. Yo, tell us, G. Tell us, G. Future, G. Hey, what's up? Hey, oh, man. It's just another case of that old PTA. Oh, man.
The school I wrote notes and took quotes from Shakespeare and other types of rhymes to show you that I care. Feelings like together forever till you're my only one.
Only one.
Special, I could say it was a loving one. You would say someone's knocking out my window.
Knock, knock.
Someone's ringing my bell.
Ding dong.
It's about 2 in the morning.
Hey, yo, G, what the hell's going on? It's just another case of that old PTA.
But nevertheless, it goes to show my potential. And even though I love
I had to let just the switch up is so fire. I'm sorry. I had to just to let the full experience. No, I had to let the full experience. Again, bring the alarm all the way through to the hook. I let it do what it do. You know what I mean? And I do appreciate everybody letting me start backwards this time. But again, we are going ahead and talk about each album's first single. Respectfully, Ring the Alarm against Case of the PTA. Gentlemen, chat room attendees, everybody, who do you got? Silence. Look at this bullshit.
Yeah, just another case.
Well, yeah, I set it off. Yeah, just another case. Just another case.
I think I heard. I want to make sure I'm clear. Triple C and Ike Infamous both voting for Case of the PTA.
Yeah,
Yes,
I like that school bells better. I like that alarm better.
It's funny because I don't remember you in school liking that at all. So I'm just a little confused. Bros don't know Triple C and I went to high school together. I'm from. What do you mean? I barely even knew Triple C.
I was just gonna ask: was Triple C a school guy? Or was he skipping class?
Class.
Triple C appeared like he was a skipping class kind of guy. He was a very smooth individual. Triple C at the time. He had the gold shine and he had the glass. He was a very gold shine. You see, it repeated itself. So the echo came on its own. Specifically that part. You know what I'm saying? Triple C, so break it down. Why that song? Why Case of the PTA? What is it about it?
Like you said, it just reminded me back in the days in school. Got that vibe.
They definitely had a high school.
The video helped. The whole video helped. Too.
Definitely had that high school vibe going on. Ike, go back to you. You was first to step up. What is it about that track about it? Can you relate? Is that school you know about specifically in that video?
I think this is no. This is Uniondale. I'm a Suffolk cat. That's Nassau. You know what I mean? That's Uniondale, Hempstead. No beef. It's all LI. It's all LI. But
I didn't mean to call this Puerto Rican man Dominican. Excuse me, my bad. I'm sorry.
It's just
right,
that
son. Get it
back
right.
in 91, if I was making it to Hempstead and Uniondale from Brentwood, CI Bayshore, I would have been a different kind of cat.
Right.
Kind of cat. You know what I mean?
Different time. What is it about another Case of the PTA?
I think it's for how Triple C said the video and just how big the whole high school realm about the record. You know what I mean? Like, for me anyway, taking it back, because at that time I still wasn't breaking things down to the aspect of snares and kicks and all of that like that yet. But the video, the aspect, seeing the video like that, thinking about this whole new era, leaders of the new school, it definitely a nostalgic joint for me. Classic, LI classic.
For those that couldn't catch the hint already, Ike Infamous is from Long Island.
Right.
You couldn't read between the lines. All day, apparently, all day, all night too. Thank you for putting this vote down. Case of the PTA, fair enough. We got 2 votes in. Does anybody want to protect the Ring the Alarm, or is everybody feeling the same?
I got leaders on this one, man.
Oh, yeah. And what is it about this particular track?
So for me, man, I think just at the time when this record came out, it's a little bit more up-tempo, more of a feel-good kind of record, so to speak. And I think also, too, at that time, it's about like the whole, let's just say, high school movement. Let me rephrase. Now, I don't want to say high school, but you're a young person in school at the time, so you can relate to it in a different way. You can relate to cutting the class, the spitballs, the fights, the lunchroom. So it was kind of more identifiable in that case. So for that, I kind of gravitated to that record just a little bit more. And so for that, I'll vote for that record.
Fair enough. Makes complete sense. Is anybody in the room looking to stand up for Ring the Alarm? Just to make a point about that record. That record, when it came out, apparently from the research that I did today, sparked a resurgence in the original sample of that record. Scan, does anybody in the room know where the Ring the Alarm sample originally came from? Is it
the Tenor Saw sample? You mean FU-SCHNICKENS?
Yeah,
Tenor Saw.
It's Tenor Saw for Ring the Alarm. Apparently there was a resurgence in that single when this single came out, sparking, and this is that dance hall era when hip hop and reggae were really doing a lot of, merging and mashups together, like they would call them today. And they had a thing going. So apparently this song had an influence on the Caribbean market, which they were a Caribbean-based crew, the FU-SCHNICKENS out of Brooklyn, specifically thinking, is it Flatbush or Crown Heights? One of the two, I feel like.
Flatbush, if I'm not mistaken.
FU-SCHNICKENS hail from East Flatbush, Brooklyn, as a matter of fact. So they're very Caribbean, if you will. So there you go. Does anybody want to stand up for the Ring the Alarm for the Caribbean side of Flatbush?
I'm going to go with PTA on this one. I just didn't want to not put my vote in, and you kind of crapped on my vote. So that's why I wanted to get it in.
Someone's been paying attention in 2022. What you're going to do in 2023 when you didn't have a vote in 2022.
Yeah, exactly. I'm ahead of the curve, man. I'm ahead of the curve.
Yes, sir. So, okay, bet. Fair deal. So then we got Cool Breeze's vote. Listen, at this point right now, as much as I love having Mastermind back in the fold of this situation, you're a little rusty, my friend, and you haven't caught up to the fact that if you don't speak up, your vote don't mean shit. At this point in time, out of respect for the fact that you wear that hoodie so, I don't know how it doesn't fall off the top of your head. So fine. I need to know, who do you got?
Well, I'm going for set the alarm.
For Ring the Alarm. You was going, you're going to Ring the Alarm.
Yeah, because I like that track. To me, it sounded better. And I can also relate to it because when I was in high school, I was pulling a couple alarms to this. Get the hell out of school, so I can relate to that, you know what I'm saying? So
Mastermind had his own flashback.
Yeah. He did. Everybody, hey, listen, 91 was fun. DJ,
the alarm. Boom.
Your vote doesn't matter, but again, we're starting out as gentlemen this year, 2023.
Oh, okay, all right.
And I cannot go a minute further without stating that is such a fine-looking shirt you're wearing, sir.
Thanks.
kind of shirt is that? Is that an EBR shirt?
He's the spring summer line of East Beats and Rhymes.
I think it's fair to say at this point right now, starting 2023 off, if you wear EBR shirt on the show, you get a get out of jail card fare with me. So you can go ahead and use that card right now by letting me know your vote for what would have been the case of the PTA versus Ring the Alarm.
I will also go Ring the Alarm. Yeah, I'm going Ring the Alarm as well. No disrespect to those who are champions of LONS. I like that. Ring the Alarm had more of an impact on me sonically than Just Another Case.
Just another key. Listen, they're both great songs. Both had their own little, sort of. We're going to talk about it in round two. I don't even want to dissect it too much right now, but we're going to wrap up round number one right now. We got everybody's vote in the door. And it's funny that two people that vote didn't count, ironically, voted for the team that didn't get to win tonight. So when we decided to put Case of the PTA versus Ring the Alarm off these two debut projects, it wasn't one-sided, but definitely heavier sided on Case of the PTA, putting Leaders of the New LONS up on the board. A Future Without a Past is officially 1-0 against the FU-SCHNICKENS. It's going to be an interesting night. Chat room, what were you thinking? Hoba, let me find out what they're thinking. But shout out I see more names up in there. I see Dreddy. Shout out to you. I see Nerd Chris. Shout out to you. Black Moses. I see a bunch of people in the chat room. Shout out to everybody. Again, listen, if you're not following us on YouTube, if you're not following us here on Twitch, if you're not downloading podcasts off of iHeartMedia, off of Apple Podcasts, off of, what's the other one? There's a bunch of them. We're on everyone. Spotify, another easy one right there. Look us up. We're there. Please follow. Please subscribe.